Welcome to another thrilling and exciting episode of Travel Diaries. I'm your co-host, Eve D'Souza.
And I'm Nick Wangondu, standing here looking like a bodyguard for this lovely lady here.
A little overweight for one, but I'll take you nevertheless.
Listen,
Nick.
It's the mass and the power that combines.
Well, this week has been really interesting because we took our friends out for an outing.
Your friends?
Yeah, because you don't have any. That's why
I'm trying to find new friends.
But I hear you got lucky on Facebook.
I was very lucky. I had to get rid of a few stalkers, but I ended up sifting through.
So you took a bunch of strangers with you?
I took a bunch of strangers with me, practically. Yeah, but it was fun. It was fun.
That's sad.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, whatever works for you. And it was very different from the typical, going down to the bar, ordering drinks. Yeah.
Rally,
It gets stale and boring.
But you don't have to go to that pub to go and have it.
How many times do you have to do the same thing over and over? So I headed down with my pals to the Nairobi National Park for a barbecue in the park.
Barbecue in the park.
It was awesome.
With wild animals?
Yes.
And nothing attracted the wild animals to you guys?
No.
Even with all the smoke out?
No, thank goodness you weren't around, though.
I would be all over that barbecue, but that's for another time.
Mating season with Nick. Then after that, we headed down to Hell's Gate for an amazing excursion. Have you ever walked through the gorge?
No, I've seen it. I haven't walked through it. I've thought of walking through it. It would be a really good idea walking through it, but I've just seen it.
You must have lost a lot of calories thinking.
I did. I actually started sweating whilst looking at the gorge.
That's good. Well, what did you do, honestly?
Well, I went to Magadi with the friends that I found on Facebook. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Visited the salt flats. Had a nice cook-up, nice barbecue there.
Okay.
That was loads of fun. And then what was my highlight? Was I got to visit Aberdare National Park, and we stayed at the fishing lodge with a couple of ex-Big Brother housemates.
Oh,
now
cool.
That was fun.
No, that is really cool. Can't wait to check that out. So we are going to be showcasing fun activities for you and your friends to enjoy in Kenya. It's coming up on Travel Diaries. You're watching Travel Diaries. We're in sunny Nairobi for a friend's outing like never before. I have to admit, though, I'm not a very good friend because I do tend to work too much. I hardly get to spend any time with my pals, but luckily for me, this group right here, this herd, are easily bribed. Easily bribed. All you need to do is bring some boozy, some steaks, pack up your car, bring some drinks. And of course, this is the in thing right now, having a barbecue at the Nairobi National Park. So we're at the KWS gift shop buying some last-minute supplies. We've packed up our cars. We're about to drive in and, of course, experience an amazing afternoon with our friends at the Nairobi National Park. A barbecue in the park was surprisingly first not only a quick and easy day out to plan, but also very affordable. The Nairobi National Park is a stunning and unique location for you and your friends to spend the day. The park is the world's only wildlife capital and is a unique ecosystem by being the only protected area in the world close to a capital city. It may be only 7 kilometers from the Nairobi city centre, but truly feels like you're far away from the hustle and bustle of city life. From the main gate at the KWS headquarters in Langata, it's only a 10-minute drive to the barbecue site. On request, KWS can provide a grill for you, but make sure you pack enough food, water and drinks and utensils for the afternoon out. Now this is what you call the great outdoors. So we are at the viewpoint at the Nairobi National Park. And this beats, usually when you get together with friends, it's always in dark, smoky, enclosed areas. You usually think of a bar, but this is nice, lovely sunshine, the view of the park. You can see buffaloes ahead, and we're about to choma some boozy and really get this friends outing started in a big way. You will also need to carry your own charcoal for the barbecue. backdrop is stunning, and you can look out towards the park and even spot wildlife making their way to and from a watering hole in the hot sun. A big change in scenery as opposed to having a barbecue in your own backyard at home. It's a great way to bond, share stories, catch up with each other. This is what memories are made of, and it is such a simple, relaxed, and easy day out to plan at the Nairobi National Park. I really hate this part, the time where we have to pack up and go back home. But what memories that we've shared right here at the Nairobi National Park. It's such a simple plan, and you can do it at any time with your friends. All you have to do is pay for the gate fees, which is very reasonable, especially if you're a Kenyan citizen, and come and explore the Nairobi National Park. Of course, you can use this facility absolutely free. So make a plan with your friends and make time for them. It is important as we continue to explore Kenya right here on Travel Diaries.
I never thought I could have fun with my friends in a park, and to top it off, an amazing barbecue. So thanks, E, but I think my friends and I have a lot more lined up for this weekend. Not convinced? Join us as we go to Aberdare's Fishing Lodge. The sight of the rolling lush hills and taste of crisp highland air are the first thing that hit your senses when you arrive at the Aberdare's National Park. The park, with an area of 767 kilometers squares, covers the higher areas of the Aberdare mountain ranges of central Kenya. The drive to Fishing Lodge from one of the main gates that feed the park can be quite challenging, and it is advisable to use a very powerful vehicle in order to navigate the rough terrain. Aptly dubbed Scotland with lions, this atmospheric park showcases the hill, wild and beautiful moorlands of the Aberdare mountain range. Aberdare is the highest park in the whole of Africa, since most of the plateau is located above an altitude of 3,000 meters above sea level. An often mist-wreathed realm where elephants roam through lynch-hung forests, spectacular waterfalls plunge into churning pools. It offers unmatched views of Mount Kenya and the sparkling lakes of the Great Rift Valley. We were headed to the KWS-owned Aberdare Fishing Lodge. Set in the middle of the park on the high moorlands above Magura River, you cannot help but marvel by the sheer isolation of the lodge. There's nothing to be seen for miles besides the wilderness. These bandas stand overlooking endless rich green hills dotted with tall trees. The lodge consists of 2 houses, each with 3 bedrooms and 2 ensuite bathrooms in each house. Two of the rooms in each house have 1 double and 1 single bed. Kitchen utensils, cutlery, gas cooker, paraffin lamps are all provided in the lodge, and a caretaker is always available. The facilities on offer cater to all your basic needs. The lack of electricity creates the whole perception of isolation. But don't let that hinder you, as the lodge has hot water available for showers and there are lanterns provided. Hot water is provided twice a day, but is also available on demand. It's always fun and adventurous traveling out of town with friends or family and relying on each other's set of skills to get you by. These could come in the form of cooking, cleaning, or just great company. They look absolutely professional. The question is, temperatures at the park can dip quite low with strong windy gusts, so the need for warm gear is definitely an important factor to consider when preparing to travel into the park. But not to fret, there is a fireplace available. So enjoying a nice hot cup of chocolate in front of a fire before bed more than makes up for it. Days at the lodge can be spent engaging in some of the major attractions. These include game viewing. The game drive is without a doubt the highlight of your stay. The Aberdares is rich with a variety of wildlife and beautiful scenery that lingers in the mind days after you visit. Animals easily observed in the park include the black rhino, leopard, baboon, black and white colobus monkeys, and cyc monkeys. Alternatively, you can opt to go on a nature walk. The nature walks take you a step back in time. It is just you and nature, not even the sound of an aeroplane flying above. During the nature walk, we came across the spectacular Karura Falls. The Karura Falls drop down 272 meters opposite Gura Falls. The two waterfalls, Gura and Karura, are situated across the valley from one another. Both are said to be three-tiered waterfalls, and both have been claimed to be the tallest waterfalls in Kenya. Only the uppermost drop of this waterfall can be seen easily. The rest of the falls look to only be visible from across the wide valley or from the air. If you enjoy fishing, then Guru Karuru and Chania rivers are perfect for you to catch trout and enjoy a dinner cooked on an open fire in the wild. The bonding, the exploration trips, and the adventure of hanging out with friends in the middle of the bush made for a truly remarkable experience, one that my friends and I will treasure for years to come. Only a couple of hours drive from Nairobi, you can't help but share this piece of Eden with your friends. We've had an amazing time here at Aberdare's Fishing Lodge. We've been hiking, checking out waterfalls, going on nature trails, and we've seen a small glimpse of the wonderful animals this amazing park has to offer. Now, you don't have to enjoy this on your own. You can come here with a friend, like I did, or with a partner, and enjoy this beautiful piece of heaven that is Aberdare's Fishing Lodge.
You're watching Travel Diaries in association with the Kenya Tourist Board.
Well, welcome back to Travel Diaries, where this week it's all about getting off the couch and having some fun with your friends, but not the cliche kind. No, not about going to the bar. This is about getting out, experiencing the great outdoors, get some exercise and breathe in that fresh air. So I'm here with a few of my friends at the Hell's Gate National Park. It's going to be such a fun day out. Well, at least I hope it's going to be fun, because these guys actually climbed Mount Kilimanjaro last week. So clearly, I'm going to be the unfit fatso in the group, but it's all good because luckily for me, despite its name, Hell's Gate is one of the most beautiful and peaceful places to explore. So come with us as we go have some fun with our friends. Hell's Gate National Park lies to the south of Lake Naivasha, a park mainly comprised of savanna ecosystem and a wide variety of wildlife. Some of the animals frequently observed include the buffalo, zebra, eland, gazelle, and baboons are also common. A modest fee at the KWS gate gets you in, and your friends are into Hell's Gate for a treat of a day, as there are a wide variety of activities to engage in. Despite its name, Hell's Gate, given by the explorers Fisher and Thompson after their defeat against the hostile Maasai warriors, the park is a peaceful area where you can walk or go biking alongside breathtaking cliffs and beautiful scenes of wildlife. A short drive from the main gate gets you to Fisher's Tower, where rock climbing enthusiasts climb up a steep and intimidating natural rock formation. The goal is to reach the summit without falling. It's physically and mentally demanding and tests your strength, endurance, agility, and balance. You, however, don't have to be an expert, and both adults and children of all ages take on the challenge for their first time with much enthusiasm. The lower gorge is the main attraction of the park, where lots of groups of friends, families and school children go hiking on a regular.
Yeah, be careful.
You can either take a short walk, which is 1.5 hours, but if you're up for the challenge, the 3.5-hour walk is for individuals with more stamina and crave a thrilling adventure. The walk makes for a great bonding experience as a group and wonderful photo opportunities. Well, there's so much that you and your friends can do at Hell's Gate National Park. We did the rock climbing, you can go biking and hiking, go through the spectacular gorge, check out the hot springs, and of course, have a look and explore the Obsidian Caves. This is where we are right now. And obsidian is caused by rapid cooling of molten volcanic lava when it comes into contact with water, and that's what's caused this very beautiful glassy texture. The first half kilometer is the most difficult as you follow the spring, and it's slippery in parts, so it's best to wear non-slip shoes and clothes for wet conditions. On the way to visit what they call the Devil's Bedroom, we experienced the start of a flood, though not due to rain but a burst pipe, and had to quickly turn back. During your walk, you will marvel at water-eroded walls so narrow they almost block out the sky. Hot water springs that are piping hot, they cause a burning sensation on your fingertips, and it's very good as a treatment for your skin, but dangerous to drink. The gorge is also popular for film productions such as Tomb Raider, Cradle of Life, King Solomon's Mines, and Mountains of the Moon, using the gorge as the backdrop. Within Hell's Gate National Park, you can also visit a dormant volcano called Hobley's, discovered and named after British explorer. It has a natural steam vent and convenient area for a barbecue for your friends, and a chance to engage in stories, laugh, chat, and generally catch up. For groups who like to stay over and experience a night in the wild, there are 2 KWS campsites in the park where you can set up your tent, bring some meat along for a delicious barbecue, and enjoy a stunning view from a safe vantage. Well, a spectacular backdrop ends a superb day at Hell's Gate National Park. I feel so energized and alive and truly have enjoyed bonding time with my friends. I think there's something about nature that really makes you appreciate quality time. Now, Hell's Gate National Park is so easy to access and get to, and it's one of the few parks that allows walking and biking. So I highly recommend it, and we're gonna head on out and get some lunch. But first, let's catch up with Nick. I'm surprised he actually has any friends, but he's hooked up with them, and let's see what he had in store today.
A road trip is a fun and exciting way to spend the day or evening or an afternoon out with friends. My most recent excursion was an eye-opening afternoon trip to Lake Magadi, southwest of Nairobi. It's quite surprising how much can be seen in just a brief afternoon. We set off from Karen taking the Ngong route up to Ngong town, which has a frontier feel to it, with busy dirt pavements and plenty of traffic. Soon we left behind the rolling hill topography and descended into the hot and arid Maasai country in the southern Rift Valley. It is an easy and pleasant drive on the good road, and along the way, conversation amongst friends was a great way to catch up. Shortly, we arrived in Maasai country. The Maasai must be the most photographed and well-known of all Kenya's ethnic groups, so it was a familiar sight to see men and women in traditional Maasai dress starting to appear along the roadside. As with the people, the landscape changed dramatically, as did the heat. From the lush greenery of the Ngong Hills to dry, dusty and brown. Traffic had virtually disappeared and the roads were narrower and seemed not to disrupt the very quiet, peaceful surroundings. There are termite mounds everywhere. Like small huts, unbelievable that such a tiny creature can architect such a wonderful home. Maasai and their cattle were plentiful along with goats, sheep and donkeys. Less than 2 hours after leaving Nairobi, we spotted Lake Magadi, a soda lake that sustains the economy of the town. This 104 square kilometers soda lake is completely surrounded by vast natural salt flats. These sweltering hot plains prevent any animals reaching the alkaline lake at its center. For this reason, thousands of flamingo descend on the lake each year to nest on the elevated mud mounds of the lake's edge, safe from any potential predators. Freshwater springs at the lake's shore attract a host of other birds. The baking salt plains stretched into horizons of shimmering heat haze, while the shallow lake heaves with the pink waves of nesting flamingo. One of the striking features of this lake is that it changes its color from white to pink, from indigo to cobalt, and from soft pastels to deep scarlet. This is because the position of the sun changes with time, and its rays also fall from different angles on the basis of which color of the lake changes. We drove for perhaps half a mile off the road until we found an acacia tree wide enough and close enough to the shore to shelter us from the intense sun. Soon the barbecue grill was out and we set out to prepare our nyama choma. And we all relaxed, enjoying the vistas, rising picturesque hills in the horizon, white fluffy clouds that were reflected beautifully on the surface of the lake, and a wide variety of species of colorful birds, many in song and flight. Lunch was a memorable affair, enjoyed while soaking in the fleeting moment of the escape. I would highly recommend Magadi for anyone looking for an easy break from the busyness of the city. The peaceful and security of the remote location offers something somehow soothing. The truly earthy feel of the little traversed land makes for a perfect out-of-town trip with friends.
Now, I'm sure you saw how much fun I had with my real friends.
Real friends, that's what you call them. Rent a friend crowd.
After a few invitations on Facebook.
You know, I think we had the most awesome group of friends.
We did. We had a good time.
Yeah?
We had a good time.
And I'm curious to know about the Big Brother Africa housemates. How did they find Kenya?
Well, to be honest, actually, a couple of them have never been here before. The ones who I took out into the bush have never been here before.
Okay.
And Zeus from Botswana, he was more amazed by it because in Botswana, you know, it's all flat land. But here you're going into the Aberdare's beautiful, rolling, lush green hills, wildlife, waterfalls. You can't get it better than that.
And I'm sure in Botswana, they don't have your bad cooking either.
No, they don't, because they love my cooking.
And well, they put up with it, so that's a testament to true friendship. So if you'd like to organize something special for you and your friends, well, just go to the link on your screen right now and we'll give you all the information on the locations that we showcased on today's show.
And you definitely want to keep track of next week's episode because we're going to show you how to go on holiday on a budget.
Find out more next week right here on Travel Diaries.